Hi everyone. Today we'll understand how to test this technique. I think this technique is a little bit difficult to understand, so I'm sharing my understanding. This techniques basically talk about two things, and it is sufficient to meet WCAG 141 use of color. First thing is check that the relative pronouns of the color of the text differ from the relative pronouns of the surrounding text by at least a contrast ratio of 3 to 1. So now we have to understand what is relative pronouns and why it is or should be at least 3 is to 1, why it is not 2 is to 1. So the concept of relative pronouns says that the relative brightness of any point in a color space. So you might be aware that when we remove the color, the only thing left behind to differentiate it is brightness. To understand the concept of relative pronouns and why it should be at least 3 is to 1, I have created this code pen. And here you can clearly observe that for the first link, the brightness is more than the other three links. And to mention that, I have already taken the color contrast of the black text, and now I'm taking the color contrast of the links. So I have taken the color contrast of first link. It is less than 3 is to 1. And now checking the color contrast of other three links which are using same code. So I will check for only once. So it is greater than 3 is to 1. Now you know that first link is not passing first condition, but other three links are passing first condition, which is that the surrounding text ratio should be 3 to 1. So now to experience the user, I have toggle on this color mode so that we can see the screen how a colorblind users see his or her screen. So now color is off from the screen. This is colorless screen, and we can clearly observe that first paragraph and links, there is no differentiation. We are not able to differentiate which section or which part is text and which part is link because the brightness difference is same. But in the second, third, and fourth paragraph, we can clearly observe that the differentiate between the brightness of the text and the link. Brightness of text is more than the brightness of link text. So that's why we are able to differentiate that these two are different things. So that's why the concept of 3 is to 1 is there. Because if you make it less than 3 is to 1, you will not able to differentiate between link and surrounding text in colorless mode. So now let's jump to second condition, which says that check that the hovering over the link causes visual enhancements such as underline, font change, extra. So now we have to toggle off color, and when we hover on this field example, visual enhancement is not happening. That's why this is failing second condition. To mention that the first link is not passing both condition, but the second one is passing first condition but failing the second condition. That's why it's both are failure case. In the passing example, the ratio is greater than 3 is to 1, and then it has permanent underline, so it is passing both conditions, so it is passing this technique. And then second example, the ratio is 3 is to more than 3 is to 1, and then when we hover on it, there is a visual enhancement in the form of underline, so that's why it is also passing the second condition, so it passes both conditions. So that's why these are passing examples and these are failure examples. So whenever you create links within paragraph or inside paragraphs, we have to make sure the surrounding text relative pronouns should be at least 3 to 1, and there should be a visual enhancement on mouse over. Thanks for watching.